Okay, this is lecture video number 2 for the charging systems course. And this part starts with weighing refrigerant. Weighing refrigerant uses different kind of scales. Bathroom scales is not what you use. You will pick up a scale and use one, like that we use in a lab that you've been experienced with. The most popular type is electronic. With this, you can do a full cylinder and count back how much is going in there, how much forward's going in there, but you use it, you can dial it in electronically. Now, how would you know by weight how much refrigerant to put in? You can't do it with a split system because the refrigerant might be, the lines, liquid and suction line might be 30 feet, 40 feet, 33 feet. So what you do is you use a sealed system like a window unit or a package unit, and they'll have the weight listed on the label. Now you may say, oh, I got a condensing unit in my backyard and it says 8 pounds, 3 ounces. That's good. That's not the charge weight. That's what it came charged with. Then you open that up, the refrigerant went in there and you had to properly charge it. It might have been too much or too little. But that's not. But if you have a window unit and it says 1.3 pounds, and you have a vacuum, you put in 1.3 pounds, let me tell you something, it's charged right. It's called a weigh-in. Now on 273, we talk about something different. I'm not really going to talk too much about graduated cylinders like you see at the bottom of 273 right here. I used those in the field back in the 90s. No one uses those anymore. But that's a graduated cylinder. All right, and they have math on 274 that you would use. I used to do that with the little graduated cylinder. And it says, suppose you graduated cylinder contained 4 pounds 4 ounces and it's to be charged 28 ounces. Well, you need to know how many pounds in that are in 28 ounces. Okay, the system charge of 28 ounces is subtracted from 4 pounds 4 ounces. So the graduated cylinder has 4 pounds 4 ounces in it. You need to charge it 28 ounces. So you need to subtract that amount from what's in the charging cylinder. Now to do that, it's listed in pounds and ounces. You have to know what the pounds and ounces of 28 ounces is to get the right subtraction. Because once you dial in that amount of ounces, 28, you got a perfect charge. So look what it says. The first thing you do is take 4 pounds 4 ounces and convert that into ounces. So 4 pounds 4 ounces becomes 68 ounces. Take 68 ounces, that's your full charge inside the cylinder. Subtract your weigh-in charge of 28 ounces. Now you have 40 ounces. So you convert that back into pounds by dividing it by 16 ounces of a pound, and you get 2.5 pounds, 2.5 pounds, 2.5 pounds. What's a half pound? That's 8 ounces, because 16 ounces is 1 pound. So your answer is 2.8 ounces. Boy, that just seemed confusing to half of you, but the other half, the 8 ounces, got it. Now, let's use charging charts on page 274. Some manufacturers call charging charts are also called charging curves. That's what they call them. These come with the unit. The style and type can be different from manufacturer to manufacturer, so there's all kinds of different ones. Now they give you step-by-step directions for look step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, 5, and 6 on page 275 for this charging chart. Okay. This charging chart right here. So the steps to it are right there. Let's go ahead and see what we got in your deal right here. Weigh-in charge. These are the things I just told you about a weigh-in charge. Remember, you have this PowerPoint, access to it, using charging devices, using charging charts. Okay, so they didn't put the charts on here. So if you look at that chart, follow along with your steps right there. Look at the bottom, outdoor temperature. See that? 90 degrees. And go straight up till you hit that red line. Now, what's that red line represent? Look at that. 80 degrees dry bulb, 67 degrees wet bulb. That right there is 80 degrees indoor temperature. This is your outdoor temperature. So if you got 80 degrees in the house and it's 90 degrees outside, you should have what? 17 degrees superheat. When you get that, it's charged right. What did you just do? I can't believe you just did that. What's going on? Okay, once again, if it's 90 degrees outside and you go up to this line, it's 80 degrees, you go across and there's your superheat. That's where it's charged at. Let's say it's like this temperature right here is about 78 to 80, and you go all the way up and look at that. Inside, 96 degrees in the house. That's a lot of heat in the evaporator coil. That's going to boil off the refrigerant real fast in your evaporator. So you're going to have a lot of gas in the bottom of your evaporator, so your superheat's going to go up. Well, let's see if it does. All the way up to 96 degrees in the house, 40 degrees superheat. That's normal. It's saying during a hot pull down, 40 degrees superheat's normal. You're going to charge it to 40 degrees superheat, and it will be charged correctly. Well, I thought 8 to 12 was normal superheat. Not under those conditions. That's why we use charging charts to help us. Now, let's go to page, if you have any questions about this, let me know. Let's go to page 276. Go down to the bottom chart. Table 1020. Okay? Go down to 1020. Look at this chart. Here's a different one. Look what it says. Outdoor temperature, 90 degrees. Evaporator entering temperature, 70 degrees. My superheat should be 20 degrees. When I get to 20 degrees, my unit's charged right. Easy charts, man. These charts are easy to use. They're just all different. Okay? Look at this one. This one's got the ambient temperature here, and it's got the suction line pressure and temperature. And when they meet that outdoor temperature, you're charged correctly. And look at this one. This one's different too. This one says suction line pressure low side and your superheat. And it tells you what your temperature should be. Here's your pressure, temperature, and it should line up with that superheat. So all these charts are about the same. They're not that hard to understand. As long as you understand superheat and subcooling, you're going to get it done. Now look at page 277. So using charging charts can help you charge units. They're all different depending on the manufacturer. They can use superheat values, charge carefully. It's always easier to add refrigerant than to sit there and have to remove it and recover it from the system. Okay? Now let's talk about charging with subcooling. This is when you're trying to see how much refrigerant's coming out of the condenser, subcooled liquid. That's normally 10 to 15 degrees is your range. So they give you step by step on 278 on how to do that. Okay? And that's basically pretty easy. All of you are going to be doing subcooling in the lab. Now I'm going to do a lecture video coming up in this class, not this video. We'll actually draw some of this on the board and I'll show it to you.